Hello, welcome to the Paper Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan James. Today's short little episode is FedNow, about FedNow servicing. I've been asked by a lot of people in the industry, like, are you participating with FedNow? What's going on with FedNow? What is FedNow? Well, FedNow services, they're talking about implementation in 2025. Then it moved up 2024, and now moved up 2023. I approach products like FedNow services sometimes a little bit different than other products where you just jump right in and go to it. Now, FedNow services, the way I approach this one is as the procedures and files and everything come out and they work out the kinks, that is the time that really dive in to FedNow servicing. It's being pushed for faster real-time payments. Fed is looking to compete with other services that are real-time, peer-to-peer payments and everything. But I gotta tell you, when I sit back and think about it, let's say if you've ever used Cash App, you send a person, okay, they get it instantaneously, the person you send it to. But really, as bankers, behind the scenes that there's settlements that are going to be happening. There's probably a lot of it falls on ACH rails that is going to be credited out of that person's, maybe for Cash App, it's linked to the debit card on file for the Cash App. Maybe it's linked to a bank account or the ACH. So they're pulling the money from your account, or they've already pulled it from your account and they've hosted it in the Cash App wallet. And then it's being sent to the bank account, the person, or another wallet that there is. So there's a lot behind the scenes, and maybe running on debit rails, ACH rails, so many payment networks that, sending money through Cash App or Zelle or any other services could go through. So, FedNow is going to be, and you can opt in of having your credits first or opt in on the credit side and not set on debits. But I really do want to caution, because a lot of times I'm all for faster payment services, absolutely, and applaud the Fed for moving this ahead of time. But bankers, I do have to, I've never had my business customers say, I have an issue paying my vendors faster. I need to get my payments to them faster. No, they pay the way their vendor requests payment, whether it's through their own merchant systems, whether it's a check, whether it's an ACH draft in a day. So when you've got customers that they may be pushing you hard as a banker for FedNow services, you got to sit back and see, okay, why are they pushing that? Do they really need money one day earlier? Because you got to look, those are also customers that need that cash flow one day earlier. That is going to add another level of risk. So that's a little hint, little warning. You've got customers that are pushing hard, and the ones that are asking for FedNow services, there's probably a reason for that. So you may want to look into the complexity of their system. Maybe they're, whether they're a third-party payment processor or dropping a lot of ACHs that they need those credits immediately. And typically when they need it immediately, it's going out the door immediately too. So in this day and age, movement of cash and deposits are king, and liquidity is a focus. Take that into consideration when you are talking to customers, or if your customers ask you about FedNow. But for the most part, my 20 years of banking, I have not had businesses that have that complaint that I have an issue of paying my vendors too slow. Well, it's because you delayed payment. It had nothing to do with that one day in settlement. So, that's just my little 2 cents of FedNow. Please, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Yes, as a bank, yes, we plan on going in FedNow servicing. But on this one, I'll let them figure it out, get it down pat 100%. And, probably not going to be the first ones, but we'll be second line. So, you guys have a great day. Let me know your thoughts, and catch you next time.